Can you hear me?
Hello, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I see the people are onboarding. We have 25 people connected from many countries. Okay, so without further ado, I think we can start. Let me introduce myself. I am Evaldas Gusha, Deputy Director of Lithuanian Cybercrime Center of Excellence. We, together with the partners, are running the project that is funded by European Union Horizon funds, and it's called SecurIT. We are heading towards the second year of a project delivery, and today webinar is dedicated to introduce the second open call for SecurIT. I have also my colleagues connected together with me from L3CE who are supporting the webinar and project delivery by itself. If someone is experiencing any kind of technical issues related to either audio or video, please let me know. It should be the case that you are seeing the shared slides on the screen. Is it the case?
Yes, we see the slides.
Yeah. And I would like also to ask one of the connected guests, Marek Verbitsky, to turn off the camera if possible, because slightly I have an interception here. Thank you. Yeah, so if to go back, the overall agenda of today is of 5 different sections. First of all is key figures about SecurIT initiative by itself and the first open call that was a year ago. Then we will jump into the second open call and the requirements following with it. Also, I will describe the process of a selection and awarding criteria, and as well some hints how to apply and what kind of a support you can expect from overall initiative. And we will finalize with a short wrap-up and questions and answers dedicated time. Good. So if to introduce the project by itself, if there were one technical thing, if there will be some immediate questions on clear points, please interrupt or drop the question into the chat part. My colleagues will assist me so we can answer it without reduce. So SecurIT project stands for abbreviation for New Industrial Value Chain of Safe, Secure and Resilient Cities and Territories initiative. The main objectives are 3. First of all, and the major one is to support European security SMEs in innovations development for safer and more resilient territories and cities across the Europe. Secondly is to provide the direct co-financing and financial support, and not only financial support, for the development of collaborative projects, allowing two lines. One is prototyping and another is experimentation with technological solutions in the security domain. And also addressing not only the technical developments, but also considering soft parts like ethical, legal, and social challenges related to security technologies. And the third one is to promote cross-border cooperation between SMEs and other actors in overall stakeholders community who is working in innovation and security sectors. How we are organizing it? We are organizing through the round of 2 calls. Those are dedicated as an instrument to allocate funding. And that is for the implementation of the principle of cascading funds schema in European Union. When this is 2 calls, first one was launched 1 year ago during the January of 2022. And the process is on already mature stage of implementation. And this month, January 2023, we are initiating the second open call, which will be followed by the webinar of today with the opening day of tomorrow. We are running it with a few partners across Europe. Overall project is coordinated by SAFE Cluster of France, who are working on security aerospace industries, also in partnership with L3CE, representatives from Belgium, completely dedicated to cybersecurity. POSEX from France, it's more generic IT cluster. L3CE, us, as introduced, Lithuanian Cybercrime Center of Excellence for Training, Research and Education. HSD or Hague Security Delta, security cluster, famous security cluster from Netherlands. Systematic from France. Paris region security cluster, Sensec from Denmark, dedicated on the wider spectrum of domains, including security, defense, space, and cybersecurity. And our neighbors, colleagues, Funding Box, non-private, non-for-profit organization, dedicated for overall innovation management, coming from Poland. Some statistics from the first open call. We started the journey in January. We have received 377 applications. Those went to the final submission of more than 100. And he had a split in prototyping instrument 38 and demonstration instrument 73. We have 3 domains dedicated for SecurIT, that is sensitive infrastructure protection, disaster resilience, and public space protection for major events, 3 domains. And last cycle, we had sensitive infrastructure protection as a major area, little bit less on disaster resilience and public space protection, which we hope that will this time be more actively addressed in applications. And in total, we worked with 240 SMEs on different technologies, different innovations, different perspectives, which we would recognize as a really good number, showing that the topic is of interest, on demand, and that we definitely have innovative SMEs working on it. If to look on overall organization, we are working not alone, not only consortium partner countries, but also we have so-called ambassador clusters, other associated organizations, clusters, associations who are partnering with the overall initiative. and helping us with it. On the right side of the slide, you can also see different countries' involvement in the first cycle, which represents more than half of European Union, and we are very happy to see that. Some more of the figures. 29 consortia is presented on the final pitch day, as we are calling jury day. 8 applicants for prototyping instrument working on prototype solution, 21 applicants for demonstration, which is more mature solution with already some hands-on experimentation or near to real-life condition and scenario experimentation. 7 projects per prototyping were selected to receive the funding, which is up to, for prototyping instrument, 74,000 euros, and 14 for demonstration instrument, where we have 8,000 per project dedicated. And here we are coming to the second open call, as mentioned, opening tomorrow, to go to dive a little bit more in depth what it is about. So the target is, or our abilities are, to fund up to 21 projects, which means that it will be at least 42 SMEs, because per project we have a requirement that consortia must be composed of at least 2 SMEs. It's not a limitation of maximum. Maximum can be more, but at least 2 must be presented. We have 2 funding instruments. The first one is prototyping, which is up to 74K per project. And if to look inside the project, the composition is limited per 1 SME, 60Ks. It can be on equal basis, it can be a non-unequal basis, but for 1 SME, maximum is 60. And the same maximum is also for demonstration instrument, even though demonstration instrument is with the bigger budgets, 88K per project, with the same requirement, at least 2 SMEs, and but can be more. If to look on what is the difference? Difference is prototyping is up for the technology readiness level up to 6. Demonstration is for higher materials, 7, 8, or even more, if someone is willing to. The financial support and all non-financial support will be allocated for 1-year period, or in other words, 12-month support period. What we are looking for in open calls is that the consortia should be at least 2 SMEs registered as separate legal entities, and they must fit the requirements. One of 2 is that they are EU member state and its overseas countries and territories, or that they are included or fitting the requirement as defined for Horizon 2020 associated countries list. Additional requirement is that of the consortia, at least 1 small medium enterprise must be a technology provider or IT solution provider, in other words, and that between the 2 SMEs forming the consortia should be no capital or personal links existing, and that they should demonstrate or provide some of the experience definition in the project domain as highly recommended. Yeah. And at the same time, is the case that security partners who are running overall this instrument and initiative, or the affiliates or employees are not considered as eligible applicant and cannot apply and cannot receive the funding. So all of us who are inside this initiative, we cannot take any kind of actions. Ideal type of project is that we are looking for projects, those are addressing development and implementation of a technology and system related to the specific challenges. Those will be presented a little bit further. Mainly in the domains of cybersecurity or digital solutions. Those are applied to security domain, in other words, serving as a security solutions. Some of the remarks is that the development of solution within the project should have very clear focus on civil application. So it's not the focus for defense or military domain. And also for very narrow and niche governmental or national perspectives, if it is only for that, and the civil aspect is mandatory. For demonstrators, those having higher TRL levels, it should be the case that they must be implemented and tested in operational environments. So in either end user environment or near to real-time organized environment, that can be considered as near to market exploitation conditions. As mentioned beforehand, the TRL levels they applied. So TRL stands for Technology Readiness Level. It is defined in H2020 and Horizon Europe programs. The entry level, let's call it that way, or application phase, moment stage, it should be that technology is Technology Readiness Level 5. And for the end state, for prototyping instrument, as mentioned, minimum technology readiness level is 6-7. And for demonstration instrument is minimum technology readiness level 8-9. So for the first one, experimental development. For the second is almost ready product. For the challenges, we have 3 domains dedicated, as mentioned before. It was during the first open call. These 3 domains, they remain the same for the second open call. First one is sensitive infrastructure protection. Second is disaster resilience. And then the third one is for public spaces protection and protection of major events. To go deeper and to describe them, for the first domain, which is sensitive infrastructure protection, it is defined as security of sensitive sites confirmed by recent events in the context of social unrest, terrorist threats, and or pandemic. The target end users are Soviet classified industrial facilities, airports, hospital infrastructures, energy suppliers, or operators of sensitive infrastructure like electricity, gas, telecommunication, and others. It's not a definitive list, it's an illustrative list, so others who follow the same line can also fit to the targeted end users. And the solutions we are targeting, they should address as well maintainability, acceptable pricing, foresight scanning, interoperability with existing infrastructures and solutions. It is from the consultation with the end users and experts of the area defined as well through 4 subdomains. Those are cybersecurity operations, identification and access control, and perimeter control and protection. First one subdomain is dedicated for development of the cybersecurity solutions for sensitive infrastructure protection. Second one is on the operations is twofold. One is optimization of the communication networks, and the other is alert systems, or combination of them both. The third one is development and optimization of identification, access control for rapid access in the site, all while ensuring that no one or nothing that interposes a security risk. And the third one, zone security and perimeter protection, is development of solutions to detect, locate any intruders that have managed to penetrate the perimeter protection, and all barriers to clock intrusion. So these 4 subdomains define the area what is inside sensitive infrastructure protection. Going to disaster resilience, it's about the improvement of prevention and preparedness for looking for technologies for first and second responders, and where appropriate for citizens as well, as overall resilience of the society, so at large. And we are looking for the technological enablement, innovative technologies and solutions that can help detect, analyze, and treat or prevent major natural events. The targeted end users, first responders and including second responders, cities, municipalities, and territories, and their governmental structures. The solutions should be organized around development under this domain, with the consideration of citizen involvement, acceptance by the society, and a high level of transparency. And also all solutions must have or should have to ensure the continuity of operations. Similar to the first one, the domain is defined through the subdomains. The subdomains, we have 3 parts of them, more or less organized through a crisis cycle perspective. The first one is prior to crisis subdomain, and more focused on the prediction, and that is also including risk knowledge and evaluation, and should address the challenge or end user need for optimization of prediction of a disaster. The second one is crisis phase, with the focus of mass communication and warning systems, and should help for optimization of a communication and better operation and optimization of warning systems in case of disaster happening. And the third one is after crisis stage, with focus on post-event analysis, damage mitigation, removal, and recovery. And it should lead towards the impact that is better recovery through different kind of innovative solutions. The third domain, public spaces protection for major events. The goal is to have more connected city, integration of emerging high-techs like artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and big data technologies that should facilitate and give population a more active role in serving overall the community. And the target end users are mainly us, also meaning people, living citizens living in cities and territories, but also involving some of the public infrastructures like public roads or others, and ensuring the security of that. And also open venues of public use, like stadiums, concert zones, train stations, and others. For the solutions, we are looking that solutions would be developed in the area, with the consideration also of legal constraints and personal private data protection. That is, I think, very underneath problem in experimentation technologies, what is related with AI, cloud computing, or big data. And the domain is defined as previous to through the subdomains. We have 4 of them in a divide. The first one is detection, alert, and behavioral analysis is defined through capabilities to gather and manage real-time information. The second one is analytical solutions, enabling analysis and extract of pertinent and potential crucial information near to real time, or as quick as possible, in other words. Command and control solutions, resource management, process management, and decision-making process support, different solutions. Those would enable communication of networks, networks of practitioners, networks of different stakeholders, and also community representatives, and also leading towards better post-event analysis. And the fourth one, subdomain, is data protection and cybersecurity, involving also where it is related, cyber crimes detection. And major focus is better detection, more timely detection, more precise detection, where possible, leading also towards well-organized transfer to incrimination process with evidence preservation and similar things. So these are 3 domains the second open call will be organized around. I do hope that you will find the right fitting area. Moving to the third part of today's agenda is selection process and criteria for selection. The process is pretty straightforward. So first of all, tomorrow we are opening the second call. And you will be given for 2 months for proposal preparation. There is online space dedicated for proposal submission and online applicant forums presented that we will more detailed technical information we will introduce later on. All submitted proposals will go through eligibility check and pre-scoring if that will be necessary. The ones passing eligibility check will go to the evaluation process. Not passing will be rejected immediately. So the criteria must be carefully looked through. The evaluation will be organized as remote work, but each proposal submitted will be evaluated by 2 dependent evaluators.
Sure.
Sorry, I have someone speaking. No. Good. And then all the evaluation scorings will be gathered. There will be a consensus meeting, which will be run by a selection committee, plus external evaluators participating in evaluation process. That will lead us to the selected applications. Those will be invited to provide the pitches during, as we are calling, jury day. And after the final decisions will be made, there will be funding agreement sign-off procedure initiated. What are different groups of selection criteria? So the first one is eligibility criteria. Part of them we already introduced. It's a composition of a consortium, where and how must be entities established. So checking of some basic requirements of the proposal. Pre-scoring criteria will be applied only in one case. If we are receiving more than 80 eligible proposals, then this additional step will be initiated and pre-scoring system will be launched that will make us for pre-selection of proposals to required critical maximum of proposals we are able to handle during the process. And the scores will be assigned automatically, and based on that, the proposal will be ranked, and 80 proposals will be selected. Awarding criteria, they are defined in 3 main groups. I will describe them later on in more detail. There are groups representatively excellence, impact, and implementation criteria, and additionally, there are also bonus criteria. Those are working for international consortia. As well, we have plus points for transversal criteria, and they address such areas like environmental low carbon economy contribution, also equal opportunities and gender balance or equality in general, also societal impact. Those all together, they are called transversal criteria and will serve as as additional factors for winning the funding. For eligibility criteria, we have the following list. First of all, the project idea should represent European dimension, should not narrowly focus on national perspective, but Europe in wider sense. The proposals must be submitted on time and using online platform. The deadline is already now set that it is 14th of March this year, end of the working hours, so 17:00 Central European Time. Another eligibility criteria is that all the sections, all the questions must be answered. So no blank spots left, or semi-filled proposals would not be considered as eligible. How to say, technically it is possible to submit more than one proposal, but we will be selecting only one per SME and consortium. If there are few of the proposals submitted, the last submitted will be considered as valid for eligibility check, and the last will be taken for evaluation. So you can change your mind on the way, or you can start working on few, but the last submitted will be treated as the one you are applying with. Also, there is one exclusion criteria is that SMEs should not be receiving financial support from the first open call. The minor thing is that there were few SMEs who have applied during the last jury days for mini grants, which was 1K support. This is not considered as being funded during the first open call. Yeah, all the applications and proposals must be in English. Should be no COEs, conflicts of interest, and all potential conflicts of interest. We cannot have a definitive list of what can be inside of it. Will be assessed case by case. The consortia and participants must be in the state of healthy finance, so not under the process of bankruptcy, liquidation, or not considered as entities facing financial difficulties. And for that, everyone will be requested to fill in the questionnaire, which here we have a link attached. And the project also must be based on your consortium original work, or where you have the right to use of intellectual property by 100% certainty. For pre-scoring, as I mentioned, it is the case that this procedure will be executed only if we will receive more than 80 eligible proposals. Then this process step will be initiated. It will be organized through one of our partners, Funding Box open call management system. That will assign the scores for eligible proposals automatically, and then afterwards, pre-scoring, the following criteria will be applied. Each criteria is weighted or having maximum number of points allocated for individual criteria. All of them are summing up into 100% or 100 points. And based on the scoring, all the eligible proposals will be prioritized, lined up, and the top ones will be taken to the next phases. If to go through the criteria, is that solution is organized with the principle security by design. Also, that consortia is having solid background experience in the area, in the technology, and in the problem they are addressing. For each individual target market for which solution is targeted, that there is a proven experience. Solutions, they are not single users oriented, but they have scalability possibility. That target market for the solutions is oriented for upcoming near few years. And depending on the positioning, how many countries it will reach during the first 2 years of go-to-market or market launch initiative. End user involvement is considered as a big plus. Also process organization through the interaction with end users. Status of a technological maturity, and also the composition of the consortia. In other words, geographical coverage. Partnership experience working with different community stakeholder map, other partners, and also previous funding of the projects or participation in similar EU initiatives. Moving to the next 3 major criteria, those considered as a selection criteria. Overall project evaluation will be organized, as mentioned before, by 2 external independent evaluators. So we who are in the project, we will not be taking part. It will be external experts involved. The scores per 3 areas are from 0 to 5. The first one should be addressed to the excellence. And that is a combination of 2. One is ambition and another is innovation. Ambition stands for that the applicants have to demonstrate to what extent the proposal project is beyond state of the art. So not what is currently on the technical developments, but forward looking and going beyond, and describe the innovative approach behind it. That should be illustrated through such things like groundbreaking objectives, novel concepts, novel approaches, new products to the market, new services to the market, or new business and organizational models. The innovation aspect is defined as applicants should provide information about the level of innovation within their market and about the degree of differentiation that this project will bring once implemented. Second criteria is impact. It's defined through three aspects, three metrics: market opportunity, competition, and commercial strategy and scalability. Market opportunity stands for that the applicants have to demonstrate a clear idea of what they want to do with whether new or improved product can be service. Has market potential. Example, because it solves a problem for some specific target customer, end user, or whoever can be similar to it. Competition defined as the applicants have to provide information about the degree of competition for their particular product or service, and if the idea is disruptive and breaks the market. For an example, the product service to be brought to market can be clearly differentiated from the competition. The commercial strategy and scalability stands for the applicants have to demonstrate the level of scalability of new improved product, or new improved service, meaning that it doesn't address the solution of a specific problem, but it's able to be commercialized to solve a structural problem in a specific sector, process, etc., etc. The third criteria is for implementation, and implementation is defined through three metrics: is a team, composition of a team, resources, and risk management. Team stands for that the applicants have to demonstrate their management and leadership qualities, their ability to take a concept from ideas to market, their capacity to carry through the ideas and understand the dynamics of a market they are trying to tap into, as well as their technical capabilities to reach the definitive objective. The team should be balanced and cross-functional team with a strong background and skill base. If to come back to some of the previous statements, it should not be only technical development skills. It should also involve, in one another way, soft things like legal, ethical aspects, like overall process methodological aspect, as well as management leadership and also overall business development competencies. For the resources, the definition is that it should demonstrate the quality and effectiveness of the resources assigned in order to get the objectives deliverables proposed. So not over-resourced and not under-resourced. Should be well-fitted. And the third one is for the risk management, that the applicants have to present the risk assessment and propose measures to overcome them. Especially the applicants should provide the information about the legal constraints related to the project execution. And the remark here is that it should not limit to the standard risks identification, like someone leaving the project, the things are not happening, data is not available, but also project technology solution specific risks, domain, and this particular implementation and delivery and development related risks, as well as overall application to the market, market launch related risks, where in majority of the cases are legally constrained or data privacy and other things related. How the evaluation and scoring will be organized? There is a defined threshold for each of individual of three criteria what we have just went through. The minimum scoring threshold is 3 points. And overall, for some of 3 criteria evaluation, the minimum is 10 points to pass the threshold. So all the proposals obtaining the scores above the threshold will move to the next stage of evaluation and pitching and financing agreements signature procedures. In addition, applications submitted by SME applicants registered in 2 different eligible countries will be given 1 extra point to overall score. And in case of the ties, the following extra criteria will be used to rank the projects, and they are 4 in the following order. Transversal criteria is number 1, impact score number 2, implementation score number 3, and excellence score number 4. Passing all this process and going to the day of pitches, we will end up with 40 projects pre-selected for pitch competition, also questions and answers session, and all related discussion. It is mandatory for everyone to participate who will successfully reach this phase. In our project initiative, it is called Jury Day, and will be organized, if I remember correctly, during the May or June. We will come to this. Fourth part of today's agenda is how to apply and what kind of support can be expected. It's pretty straightforward. We have a dedicated online platform for that. You must, the ones who haven't signed up during the first open call, you should sign up, log in. There is a dedicated section for application, one big button, apply, and then you are starting the new application, filling out it online, and pressing the submit button, and that's it. During the fill-in of the application, there are all mandatory sections. Those must be completed. They are marked with a red star, so you will not be somehow mistaken or misleaded. Please fill them all, and then as minimum application will be technically eligible, and then content-wise, do your best. Yeah. Overall calendar. So tomorrow we are opening the portal for second open call. Then you have a time for submission of preparation and submission of your proposals until 14th of March this year, end of business day, Central European time. There will be, by our side already, organized selection process, which will go until May. During the May, 40 selected applicants will be invited into the pitch day, and also online questions and answers and discussions. And then after that, we will go into legal checks, ethical checks, and another that will be completed by someday during the June. And immediately afterwards, I hope that everything will be okay. We will initiate the formalities, meaning the agreement signature, and the project execution should be expected starting from the July. And through the execution, we will have support process running on, where all of us from project and different expert groups will be providing not only monitoring but also support program initiative with the consultations, helping with the networking, contacts, and other things. How overall support program will be organized? So we have 40 applications coming in. There will be jury day. Out of that, we will have 7 applications selected for prototyping that will be organized into the 2 stages, each of them half of a year. In the middle, we will have midterm review, where we would like to see proof of concept presented. And after the second half of the year, there will be organized final review with some pilot introduced, or MVP. And the same goes to the demonstration instrument. It will be 14 of applications selected after the pitch days. And it will be organized on the same structure, that it will be organized into the 2 stages of the half a year. And in the middle of, after the first 6 months, we will have interim review of proof of the concept and intermediary development results that will lead us to the final demonstrations and review after 12 months. Financial organization is organized with prepayment, that is 20% of overall maximum requested budget, and also not exceeding the maximum budget for that particular instrument. And after the final review and acceptance, the remaining 80% will be paid out. There is one technical structural thing, is that for both instruments, whether it is prototyping or demonstration type of application, if your project gets funded, then 1K of funding must be secured and used for grant preparation, travel costs, and physical kickoff meeting, which will be for this open call organized back here in Lithuania, Vilnius, on July this year. Some of the tips to the applicants is what you need to know, or you need to put additional emphasis on, is first of all, please invest a little bit of the time and check the feasibility of the idea or solution to the project domains, subdomains. Secondly, choose also rightful funding instrument, and also please be reminded that you can apply only to one instrument at this call. First of all, when filling in, check the eligibility requirements of overall consortium and secure that the structure is well fitted, and also double check that you do not have any kind of a conflicts of interests. Also read carefully agreement template, which will be published on a days. And when writing the proposal, it's not about the number of the pages or size of the text provided, but on the quality. So be convincing, be short, be precise, and always check on the selection criteria and that you following that structure. Double check the timeline that you are fitting, and also payment structure, meaning that only 20% or 20% will be prepayment. All the rest goes after the final review. Build the right fitted team. Address one challenge specifically. It doesn't limit to include the others, but be precise on which one is top priority you are working on. And please do remember two focuses: that it's not national, it's European perspective, and that it's mandatory to include civil aspect. For consortium partners, not necessarily you must have all of them already now. There will be matchmaking session organized in a week and a bit on 18th of January. The date and time you can see. Link for registration will be available, and what you need to do beforehand is to log in, create your profile, describe your area of expertise. If you would like to be a partner for someone else project idea, or please describe your expertise and project idea if you would like others to join your idea. And then afterwards, you will, through the platform, you will be available to have all the visibility to all the registered SMEs from overall European Union member states who are participating in the process. Please schedule the meeting with them, and through the communication, please select the right fitted one to your process or consortium or idea. What we are from our side also doing is that we are making mapping of security solution. The release, the first release will be published during the January. We are finalizing. It describes all the security solutions, and also member states working on this. They are also linked with the specific domains and clusters, and you will be able to download it and to go through and get familiar precisely with the information inside it. The mapping of security solution, the second release, we are also working on. The catalog is on the preparation, and will be made available during next month. And these are the, let's say, tangible things we can help you with. For the information part, all the information about the open call you can find on SecurIT project website, which stands for https secure-project.eu, or through our partner dedicated platform, which is https securit2.fundingbox.com. Website for the submission of applications is the same as the last link is https securit.fundingbox.com. The first batch can be also found through these links, what was funded and what they are about. We are also open for any further communication. If you have some questions or areas of uncertainty or would like to have individual discussion, please drop us an email for the address info.security@fundingbox.com, and we'll do our best to respond as prompt as possible and to organize the best support what we can do. That's it from my side. Sorry for taking a few minutes extra, and now we can go to questions and answers if there are some. Any? Yeah, okay. Artur, you have joined a few minutes later. Artur Tosma, we started not precisely on the time, so I do hope that if you haven't missed any important information, if missed, then only introductions. Can you review video recording? Colleagues, Ruta, Gideon, is it the recording to be shared afterwards?
I think it will be the same as last time. It will be shared in the SecurIT website, so all participants can share, can review it.
Okay, so Augustus, yes. Nice. Any further points to be considered today? Good. I guess that means no. So with that, I do hope that this maybe a long presentation, maybe a lot of points, but made the introduction for you. I hope that it made more clear what is expected and how overall instrument is organized. As mentioned before, we are here to support you. So starting from tomorrow, we invite everyone to start to open the registration, and looking forward hearing you and seeing you in matchmaking events, which will be the first ones. And